Hi, thanks for coming and joining me today. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. When you subscribe, click the notifications bell and then you will know about my next video. Alright, let's get on with it. Here's the reading. Hello, how are you? This is Leeloo Jane. I'm doing a reading for you. I'm not sure what it's about. I have a range of cards here. I'm going to do a oracle and tarot reading. I'm surrounded by my crystals and we're going to see what comes through. So it will be what the guides would like it to be. I've started with, they said they would like the Crow Tarot first. And let's see what our guides would like to say today. Justice. So justice. Now, while I lay down my deck, I don't have multiple cameras. I'm not all set up sophisticated in my spread. I am very organic, and I'm like that because I'm just, I'm in a house of transition, renovation, where life is for me not completely settled and set up to have a studio set up for a beautiful multi-angle camera setup and all the equipment. I don't have all of that because of my phase in my life is the phase of release and let go. Now, I'm not the only one in a release and let go phase of life. And if you haven't entered release and let go, then you're still on that part of the wave where it's just starting to rise. Now, others of us are up on the higher points of the wave. Okay, so we got to just hang on to what we need to take with us over the wave. It's kind of where it is, and you really have no choice but to go through that release and let go, because you're letting go of the old third density, which doesn't work in the fourth density. Doesn't mean you let go of everything and you sell your whole household out. I'm about to do that in a great way, actually. I am about to do that, so there will be that in there. But it's when I let go of those objects, they're no longer emanating and representing my presence in this material world. That's why, not because I love them and they work for me, but because they are not needed anymore, those material objects. So new material objects will come that represent my current emanation and energy, and that's how it works for us. So don't be worried about letting go. I'm going to have a great big garage sale. I'm going to let go of so much. Now remember, our cornerstone card is Justice. I'm having it up in the top corner, and I was going to say before, and I will ramble a bit because I am channeling and my guides are with me, working with us. We're all here together. So how lovely are these cards? The Sun. That's a beautiful card, isn't it? The Sun. So we've got the Justice and we've got the Sun. That's looking good, isn't it? And the next card is the Six of Swords. Six of Swords. Now I'm going to be reading intuitively here. I'm not going to be reading out of the handbook of the meaning of tarot cards. I will be reading through what it means in this particular relationship of cards. Okay, but we do have the meanings of the cards in play as well, right? Yeah. Cups came out. So we got the Six of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is a pretty darn frustrated time, isn't it? It's like on beat, right? Six of Swords is, I'm hanging in there, okay? I'm coming back, I'm hanging in, and I'm securing. Now, what I've got here with the Six of Swords, right? We've got the crow has a little flat, there's all this water, right? I'm just looking for a sec. And there's a bit of a curly wave section, but it almost looks like a little floating disc, a separate disc that's stable, and it's got all the feathers on. This bird has gathered up his feathers and he's kept them there and he's keeping them safe, right? This is a very active, squally kind of sea, and the swords are in the back and one of them is ready to use, but there's all this supply of swords ready to go. This is a well-organized, logistically sorted out with reserves. Excuse me. I'm so allergic to the air outside at the moment. I will occasionally have that because I let the dogs in and there's just so much pollution here. It's terrible. So this is a bird that the crow is flying. He's mobile. He has his stores. He has his weapons. His mode of response ready. He doesn't need to use them. And there's all this turbulent, squirrely water. Now, doesn't that tell you a lot about what's happening? So in this situation of justice coming forward, the sun is the answer and the result. This is so quickly, so good, so quick. And then we've got, this is the status quo of Earth, of humans, of you, of us, right? And here we go, the Ace of Cups, because what we are is we are organized, we're able to manage our reserves, our supplies, our situation, how we approach life. We've got to act together. We have our act together, right? And we're ready and we're stable. We're not incapable, we're not vulnerable, we're not blindfolded. And this is the reason why we have the Ace of Cups, which means we can observe everything, learn from it, watch from it, and feel stable and emotionally nourished and stable. We're not going to be depleted. Not going to be depleted, okay? Here we have the Three of Wands. We're not going to be depleted. This is our aim. This is what we want. And this is because it's what we want and what we're focused on, it is what we are creating, because we actually create the options for the world, this paradigm of matrix, and they call it a matrix. It is in a way, but not exactly like a computer program. It's that your intent based in your feelings, your beliefs, and your deep commitment to your emotions, whatever you feel deeply, what you believe in, is what you enable in the matrix. It's all down to your belief plus deeper belief. So I've got to put this in, right? All that nonsense with The Secret, that book, The Secret, ridiculous book, right? Shallow distraction, and it broke people's hearts really and made people feel less believing. It was a destructive book, destroying the paradigm of faith in oneself and creation, because it was not a complete story. It was a shallow half story, which can't work. It's like these people wanted to do dark spells that were not half missing. So when you say, I want a car, a red Ferrari, which is a popular thing people talk about, do you want it so you can buzz around and feel a inflated sense of worth and self? Do you want it because you think it makes you bigger and better and a success? Is that where you load your identity of success? And does it mean it's all about you and not about anybody else? And is it really based in a sense of disconnect from others' fortunes and well-being? Because The Secret was based in that. That's where it was coming from. Now, if you want to manifest into that, then you are going to get disconnect and a lack of well-being and satisfaction. That's what's coming from it. So that's where you're at with that. That needed to be said. Ace of Cups has nothing to do with that sort of shallow, half-hearted, half-assed, some may say, attempt at manifesting material stuff which is just made of molecules that are coalescing and then are going to fall apart. That's really going to last. That's great. That's really not going to cut it. That's 3D, not 4D. 4D is the next layer of understanding and knowledge and awareness, which goes like, oh, we're all connected in a matrix of like a web of connectivity, like a neural network, and I am not separate, so let's just like look at it from a different perspective now. I've got a reality check. That's 4D. That's where we're going. That's what the world is waking up to. That's why they say we wake up to 4D. We're waking up to that level of comprehension. We're not staying in 4D. It's not like it's a location. It's not like it's a lifestyle. It's not like everything in the world is going to be 4D. No, it's just a level of leveling up of comprehension, maturity and understanding and awareness and ability to perceive. That's all it is. We're moving forward to 5D, where the material world starts to shift as well. Okay. But we need to be 5Ders, not 4Ders. We need to be able to understand the laws of nature on that density level. Okay, then we got the 3 of Wands. So we're watching and waiting. Okay, the world is watching. People who are waking up out of 3D into the 4D and understanding the cup of life and how it works, right? They are watching and waiting. Not really manifesting. The Wands is manifestation, not really manifesting very much. We got the Wands anchored in these tree stumps, creating almost a fence, a barrier. So what we've got here, there's the world outside, the turbulent, tumultuous waves of the world, and the water represents emotions and feelings. It represents what we see out there in our matrix of creation. That's our viewpoint of it, right? It's not actually the overall nature of it. It's how we view it. So this is a watcher. See the crow watching. It's how the crow sees things and feels. The crow is creating a little barrier of protection, trying to protect everything the crow has. So everything we've had through our deck so far, we've got, we want justice, right? Come closer. We want justice. We want the sun, right? That's what we're expecting. That's what we want. We want all our reserves and security and supplies and everything in order and maintained and not depleted. Yes. And we want the cup of knowledge. We want to feel secure. We want to feel happy. We want to feel content. We want to feel stable. And we want it all surrounded by our 3 of Wands inside a little fort we've made, locking out all that crazy turmoil outside. Now, there's a problem with this. This is a barrier card in this particular form. It is a protective barrier. Protective barrier is a negative. So if you put up a protective barrier, you've already made a negative assumption. So you're acting from a negative assumption of needing to protect and separate. Now, I understand that because we're all there. We're all feeling that knee-jerk, instantaneous reaction. That's a natural reaction. That is protectionism. And what are you protecting from? That's not acknowledging. Now, that's where you need to work on your cup of knowledge, right? Your cup of knowledge and wisdom and understanding and comprehension. You need to go back to your cup of knowledge. You need to understand. You need to expand your vision, expand your mind, reach into your multi-density selves and ask for your higher multi-density levels and versions of yourself. You're like a nesting doll, babushka doll set, remember? You got you in the middle and then all these layers of you, all expanded with much more vision and understanding. Reaching up to them and say, hey, can you help me out to see more clearly and understand how I manifest the completion of all these things I've identified that I want? How do I manifest? You don't manifest them by creating a fort, because then you're creating a separation, you're locking in and locking out, and you're limiting yourself to within the fort, if you know what I mean. You need to understand that that swirling energy outside is just energy you have not learnt to understand and see and comprehend and recognize. That's all it is. So don't be blocked in. You can't progress. And here's an example they're giving me. I am channeling. I always am. If society was to degenerate into little groups, then they all create forts and walled communities, and they've all got big sticks sticking out to stop anyone getting in, and all get separated and they're like defensive, then how could they possibly form a greater community? That simply isn't the way. It's not the way. You've got to recognize that it's your universe. It's your world. All of it is yours, and you are in a oneness unity field. This is not the unity field, this particular card in this reading. Excuse me, my throat's going. Okay. Now, what I got then is the Three of Swords upside down. Right? I got the Three of Swords upside down. So what this is coming through with is all the message we just said, right? The Ace of Cups and the Three of Swords upside down, right? You are waiting, watching, and you haven't yet worked out how to harness your own ability to go with the flow out there in that swirling ocean, right? How to work in that, how to manage your life in it, how to understand it, and to not be overwhelmed by it. Okay? In this card, we've got a star, right? There is a star there, and you can see that star. Here's the crow looking and watching the star over in the dark, moody clouds. Over here, there's just a little bit of a rainstorm hammerhead. It's not going to hurt anybody. It's not really a scary ocean. It's just very active. And this crow's not used to being out in that kind of really big world action that's going on out there. But the star is luring the crow out. And that's where we are. And we need to leave the broken heart behind. We need to stop expecting, sorry about my band-aid, but I've got a little bit of a wound on my finger. Stop expecting the worst. Stop being afraid. Stop being separatist. Stop thinking there's something awful coming. Leave your broken heart behind. It's like you're saying, I'm going to get I'm worried about the broken heart. Well, that's over and done with, right? It's not in the now, then don't manifest it. You can't manifest it. Actually, what they're saying is you can't manifest a broken heart now. Now, the reason you can't manifest a broken heart is because there's too much light coming in and saturating. The word is saturation, saturating the earth. Now, you can try to fall back into old programs, and to tell you the truth, the powers that would be, if they could be, the would-be's if they could be, they are flooding out frequencies. They're very clever, they're not silly, and they are very technical. They understand the frequencies of the human heart that's down and sad. All they have to do is make someone really distraught and unhappy and then measure their frequency. Oh, they've worked it out. So it's not hard for them to work out what all the paradigms they want you in vibrate at. What's the frequency? They're pumping that out through the phone towers. You know that. Maybe you don't, but now I've told you. They are pumping it out. Not only that, they are pumping it down into the earth so that the earth will emanate it. But of course, the earth is bigger than them, much more powerful, and has her own plans. She's emanating other frequencies. So they will put these bursts that will come out, but they can't hold on to it. They can't keep it going. They can't make it work. You know why? Because there's so much light coming in and saturating the whole planet, soaking all the way into her. That frequency from the sun, which is running from the universe into the sun through that network of neural connections and synapses that the universe is, which I talked about in the last video, which I'll try and put together a video that displays that and shows it, if I can do that. But the point is, there's so much energy coming in that these little efforts, these little spurts of energy that the would-be's if they could be's are trying to do simply don't last very long and don't have very much energy and power behind them. They are smothered by the positive sunlight creation energy. They simply do not have enough self-possessed energy, because the truth is, if they're humans with souls, they're actually made of the same stuff as this energy that's coming into the planet, and it's very, very hard work for them to try and be running a different frequency than the one that their entire being and DNA is geared to align with. They're working against their own program. They're working against their own biology. It just doesn't work. So it's not possible to stay in that energy, because that energy is not the plan. It's not the energy of the universe. She's finished. She played the game. She did some learning. She's done all that. She's done. You know, she doesn't need to do it again. She's up-leveling, isn't she? Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Alright. Temperance. Temperance. Right? Temperance. We're going to settle down. Oh yes, and we've got 4 of Cups. Right? Okay. So, temperance, it's about sitting back and observing, having a good look, examining the situation fully and properly, taking your time, seeing how you weave into this story and how you will apply yourself to it in a new way. It's how, what they're saying is, how will I commit myself into this paradigm, into this situation vest of things? How will I engage myself with that? And examining how you're going to do it, right? Now we've got the 4 of Cups, right? And Temperance, there they are, right? Now the 4 of Cups is not a very sad 4 of Cups. It's not a very sad 4 of Cups. It's a pretty good 4 of Cups. You know, that can be often thinking, dreaming. Some people, some decks, I've got a deck where it's like a little bit on the depressed side. It's like, I've got a lot of decks. This 4 of Cups has 3 cups on the ground under the tree. This crow has its 3 cups and it knows it's got it. They're all upright. It's all good. But it's looking at the 4th. It's dreaming about getting that 4th one, reaching forward. Now, what this card is showing you is that you have lots and lots of good stuff going. You really aren't deprived of anything. You're really not. It's back here. We are sorted. And this is very similar to the 6 of Swords, that you've got the 1 sword lowered, ready to go. The rest are all stockpiled in the back. Here we've got 3 cups stockpiled and we're dreaming to reach forward to grab the next one. So it's all very proactive, really, and the examination of how to be. And I look at this water running forward and I see peacock feathers, which is very positive. In this reading, I'm getting peacock feathers, a peacock tail. It's just really positively, expansively, engaging creatively with a really optimistic, positive point of view on how to get that next cup. That's what I'm getting from that. And it's the Temperance is coming with the Justice, right? So this is how we're making justice happen. It's very, oh my gosh, I don't like to talk about, I'm not really into, I am a little bit into, I'm into politics, but I don't want to put it on anybody, but it's very Trumparian energy. Temperance is bringing the Trumparian energy. I'm getting it, right? So that's fascinating, isn't it? That's what I got from that. Trumparian. And the guides are bringing that forward because it's an example, can be related to, if you're not a person who hates Trump, you might see that he is trying to do just this, right? He's trying to reach forward. The country's okay, America's okay, and he's trying to just reach forward and grow the potential and ability to get even better, to grab that next level of completion, satisfaction, and get that back for the family of America. I'm an Aussie. I'm not in America. It's not my. We got a crappy government. We got socialists trying to. We're going to have to go through a whole heap of pain with them before we kick them out. Anyway, that's life, isn't it? Queen of Swords. That's the Queen of Swords is the feminine energy, looking directly, no nonsense, cutting through the BS, cutting through the falsities, cutting through the loosely laid down word salads that mean nothing, getting down to the facts and being fair and reasonable, because she's up the right way, you know. We're going to cut through the nonsense, and she's coming up under the Six of Swords. It's very positive energy, guys. And then we have the Emperor, right? Wow. Now, the Emperor is the culmination of all the suites of energy skill sets all together in the one emanation of a person, bringing it all together. The Emperor has all the powers and perspective and skill sets and wisdom and willingness and knowledge of the King of Swords, the King of Wands, the King of Cups, and the King of Pentacles, all together, coming together. They all sort of merged into a Emperor, right? And that's under the Ace of Cups. So it's very, very balanced for the Ace of Cups. And then we've got Strength. Very good. You can't really get a better hand. This is pretty darn good. Isn't this great? Strength. This is a strong Emperor, right? And also, this card here, this is where Strength sits, underneath, right? Underneath the Three of Wands. It's not a weak Three of Wands. It's a strong Three of Wands. And the mission is no more broken heart. That's the mission. Oh, hang on. Big bunch just jumped out there. Okay. Yes, we've got the Six of Pentacles. So what we have here is giving, right? But it's been weighed out, measured out, dealt out in a way that isn't, I'm going to give you everything all at once and just giving you this much. It's a little bit of judgment and assessment. How much will I give? And that's that business of working out, how do I avoid the broken heart? Now, on a personal level, in our personal lives, which are the microcosm of our big life, so we've got to live our personal lives the way we want to live our outward life, because if you don't, your outward life will just reflect the inward life of your personal life. This is, I am now assessing how I give out my, the precious commodity of my energy and my material or mental or emotional self. In other words, I'm not easy no more, right? I'm not easy no more, right? Are you worthy of my love, attention and generosity and kindness and support? Are you worthy of my support? That's the question we ask now. We ask it outwardly and we ask it inwardly and we ask it in our personal relationships. And we have to do that. And it doesn't matter what that personal relationship is. It has to be faced with complete honesty. And justice is related to, real justice, related to complete honesty. Not things being twisted and objectified into a certain storyline. No, just facts and honesty. No matter how it is or isn't ugly or nice. So, no matter what the relationship, the question is, am I going to give you everything or am I going to measure out? And the scales here, they're making me think of those scales from the Egyptian mythology. I forgot the name of all these objects and things in the stories, but the scales, when you die in Egyptian mythology, the soul goes to into this adjudication process, assessment process, where they must lay out their soul on a set of scales, and if it is heavier than a feather, then you've been doing negative stuff and you're not very pure and you don't get to go to whatever they call heaven. So these scales, right, now what's on one side? There's some sort of light feathers on one side and a little tiny jewel. I think there's a diamond on the other. And there's a fish falling, probably been held by the claws of the crow. And these birds on the ground are sort of begging for food. Can you give me, can you give me, can you give me? And the crow with the diamond, I think it's a diamond on the scales and some feathers falling on the other side, I think. And the fish it's holding, really weighing everything up carefully. What am I going to be dishing out? Because I'm not going to get it back. They're going to consume it and it's not going to come back. So careful thinking, or Ace of Pentacles, and that gives you the Ace of Pentacles positioning, right? Careful thinking about what you share out, give out, and invest. What you believe. Approval. What approval do you give? And making sure it's fair to you and as much as everyone else, right? And that doesn't mean you more than anyone else or everyone else more than you. It means everyone, right? So, right. Ace of Pentacles. You've got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. I think you're doing very well. You're doing very well, right? And it brings about this whole process of doing this. And this is a reflection on us, on our individual lives and on the world. Because we are all components of the world making the one. And as we all, the wave of change sweeps through all of us, and we all start to symbiotically form the same approach, mental and emotional approach to life, because we are connected in this. Yesterday's reading described water as magnetically joined, and we are this network membrane of energy and light. And yes, we are not separate from each other. We are influenced and experiencing each other, and this is the energy that's running through. The currency that's running through is very, very positive. The more positive people running this energy, the more stabilizing it is for all the other people, little synaptic units within us people, our souls. All of us will start to settle into that, because it's so advantageous to us to be in that state of being. And the Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, is where what we're manifesting, and it's the death of the nothingness past. It's the death of the nothing. The world of nothingness, right, is coming to an end. So this is I feel like this is a really confronting thing to say. This is the death of the old shell that was us, and the rising of the new us. And in that crow, I see labradorite. I'm seeing a labradorite energy in this crow. I know I'm a channel, multi-density channel. So labradorite, have I got any labradorite in my thing here? I don't. I gave my labradorite to my son. He just loves crystals. Now, labradorite is a wonderful crystal. So that I'm seeing labradorite as the energy of the new rising human. So I recommend, it wouldn't hurt you if you can get some labradorite, get it and enjoy it. And you understand that it is a reflection of the multifaceted and deeply lit aspects of being human. You will find that in your labradorite. Go get some if you can. Very nice. Very nice. The labradorite human, the labradorite new you, right? Rising with all your beautiful lights and facets. It's like an opal, only you look into the labradorite and there's this beautiful blue-green flashing light inside. It is very opal-like. Opals are much busier, though, with a lot more colour. Wow. What a wonderful reading. Thank you, guides. We are so grateful, aren't we? We're so grateful. Do you realise gratitude is the empowering key to allow all the good stuff to come to you? So at this moment, take gratitude in everything you can find, even if it is just watching the wind blow through the grass in a field. That's a very beautiful thing. Okay. Or watching the snow fall into the trees. Though I think if you're in the northern hemisphere, you are now in your summer, aren't you? We've started our winter here. I am in North Queensland, which sucks. Not very nice, but down south we've got some snow. They can enjoy it. And it doesn't sound very nice for me to say that. No, I'm in North Queensland. It doesn't suck. It's absolutely gorgeous. But the manufacturing, the industry is not good in areas where it should be gorgeous and the most beautiful nature. You have pollution. You have toxic sugarcane crops full of lots of particulates, which are really bad to breathe in. You have a lot of ill health in a very beautiful place you have your health. So I don't appreciate that that mess and dirty sugar mills that don't have proper air cleaning filters on them, and put out a whole heap of pollution. So in a beautiful natural location with a city that's not that big, there's a really big, sometimes quite deep fog that goes up really high into the sky, and you can see it. It's like that. It's the same level of pollution I would see over Brisbane, which is the capital city of Queensland. I used to live there, and I'd live on a hill, and I'd be able to look out and see the pollution blanket over the city. Same thing happens here, and this is a much smaller population and a beautiful natural environment that's just covered. So that's the part that sucks. Queensland is gorgeous. Nature's gorgeous. The earth is gorgeous. So there we go, little amendment. I have to amend my negative thing. I struggle here. I've got to say that's one of the reasons I haven't put a lot of videos out. I struggle with the pollution. My sensitivity to everything includes my body, and I do struggle with all the sprays they use and the abundance of particulates from the toxic grass called sugarcane and the pollution. So there we go. To get through it, I'm pushing through to do videos because that's where I get the most light to help me stay balanced in this adverse relationship I have with the environment here. A bit about me. Sorry, darlings. Okay, let's go forward. The moon. Right. Let's have a look at this moon card. We've got the bird is definitely, oh no, there's a cage with another bird trapped in it. There's a fish on a puddle of water, and it's obviously running out of water. There's not much there. We have some dead trees, and we have some hostile looking mountains, and they've got really high mountains behind, and the moon has a crow's shadow on it, and there is some sunlight coming through, but this is it's a little bit of a sad card. So the moon, what's on the other side of the moon, what's hidden there? This side of the moon doesn't look too crash hot, but there's something glowing and bright, and there's something behind there, and the mountain is rising up behind the moon, like the moon is hiding, like a big disc hiding something there behind. This is about not being able to see clearly, right? And it's under the Queen of Swords, which is under the Six of Swords. So this is about trying to see clearly through. So we've got the Death card, right? I finished talking about me. We got the Death card, and now we've got the Moon. So the Death card is a transition. The Moon is a transition too. The Moon is continually in a cycle of transition, and this is a full moon, but the crow's shadow on it makes it look a lot like a half moon. So what's on the other side of this transitioning moon? And the crow in the tree is watching that moon and waiting. There's a little bit of watching and waiting going on in this deck. So the transition is in progress, but it's not fast, it's slow. The transition, the new beginning, the Death card is the slow rising, the slow ascension rising of the Labradorite human, right? Wow. But because of this one aspect, right? Because of this, I think that's the only negative card we've had. Because of that, in this aspect, it's the only obstacle type, disarming and disabling card. Potential. Remember, it's an illusion. Remember, and you see that that crow on there. It reminds me of the bat signal. You know, Batman, and they'd put the signal in the sky of the bat. That's what that's like, right? And so it's a transparent illusionary signal in the sky of the crow over the, wow. So that's, the crow is going to come to life in this. The crow is going to come and be a hero in its own story. So this is a self-proclaimed prophecy of the future of the hero, which is the crow in our crow tarot, which is us in our crow tarot. So the 9 of Swords is worry, right? And some inner conflict and turmoil. 9 of Swords, inner conflict. See the 2 crows fighting? Inner conflict and toil and worry and everything feels hard. Gosh, that sort of sounds like me whinging about where I live with the pollution. So what am I doing? I'm turning to my spirit. I'm turning to my friends, and I'm positively getting myself back on track, basically, right? Because if all I think about is being locked inside and not being able to go outside because I can't breathe the air very well, and it still gets me anyway because it gets in the house. I mean, if all I think about is that, I'm here, right? And I haven't yet embraced my Batman signal, my bat signal, right? This is the bat signal for crows, for us birds, all right? This is not a great thing. Let's not worry with that. That's what I went through recently. And I mean, the other aspect for me, this is just interesting sideline, because I'm an empath who has been a bit reluctant. It doesn't matter about being exhausted by the big world that I feel and not wanting to engage with social networking platforms because I think they're not a very nice energy on Facebook and YouTube and all of that. They're not run by nice people, right, with the right energy. They've got these AI programs set to hinder you. And I'm like, I don't know, it's not my thing. But it is my thing because I'm in this world and I've got to engage anyway, right? I can't let it get the better of me. This is where I've got to bring my strength, because this is the one that this is the life I I planned myself to come in and try and be my own bat signal, right? To get the bat signal and to remember to be my own personal little Batman in my life. And I've got to just not worry about it. Don't worry about the fact there's negative Nelly programming and AIs in these places. I'm just making a video anyway. I'm putting a positive video out there in the network of YouTube. Anyway, there we go. So that's it, right? Because I was in the 2 of Swords. That's where I was, right? And I've broken through. And here I am talking to you. Right. You don't need to be in the bad dream of the 9 of Swords, blindfolded, unable to see, not knowing what to do, all anxious and distressed. No, we need the bat signal, right? Get the bat signal. And strength, right? Right, we got the 3 of Wands sitting over the Strength card and the 2 of Swords, right? Okay, but you've actually got the Strength. It's sort of like hidden there inside your case. You've got it, you're carrying it around with you, but you haven't whipped it out, okay? You are eternally strong, right? This lion with roses, how nice, has the eternity, infinity symbol over the top. Yeah, yawning, yelling, very relaxed, really. Big yawning, relaxed strength. It's like a slumbering strength that's happening, right? So we got this 2 of Swords. Let's work out what we're doing with that. Here's the cards. Yes, the Page of Wands, right? It's the page of manifestation. Here's an idea. What if I give you this idea? What if you think about doing that? What if you say, well, what if I take this little step? And what if I do this little painting? What if I fix this little thing? What if I clean this house? What if I make my bed? What if I clean my sheets? What if I open the windows and let the sunlight shine in? That's a good start, isn't it? What if I do that? Yeah, that's a really good idea. First step, one step at a time. And that is the Page of Wands. Oh. 4 of Swords, right? So we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have all the potential in the world, and we got the 4 of Swords coming through, right? We're going to finish the 4th row, right? 4 of Swords, having a rest, right? We got all this potential. We have the potential and we haven't been activating it. Time to activate. Activate, right? Knight of Cups. There's a message coming. It's not the page, right? It's the Knight. It's coming usually a little faster, a little bit, but this one's not really in a hurry, right? Wow, it's saying this is a world of plenty. This horse, right? This Knight. There's the big, beautiful gold chalice cup. No, I love the cups because they look like the Holy Grail chalice cups from the Indiana Jones movie. They look like. So we got all the fish just raining out of heaven. We got wings of angels on the Knight horse, and we got roses all over. This Knight has got it all, right? We got it all. It's all there, beautifully plodding along. In it comes. On stage, enter the Knight of Cups. Right. Fractious, waiting, not sure. Boom, baby. Here it comes, right? Under the Death card, right? So what have we got here? We've got, I don't think I'll have to go too diagonal here. The Sun. Yep. This is the good stuff, right? It's all there. It's reality. That's the Sun, not the illusion, our third delusion. We've got the Four of Cups, looking and wishing for that fourth cup to come along and be ours, right? Because we're never happy with what we've got. Remember gratitude? Gratitude opens up the fourth cup to come. Death, the transition, labradorite. Humans, labradorite angels, right? Coming forward, rising. Labradorite angels rising out of the carcass of the third D, limited perception. Ooh, what a mouthful. And in comes the Knight of Cups. And cool, calm, and collected, right? Right. Okay, we only need 4 more cards to finish our set. We'll see what they want to give us. We've got 1, 2, and 3. See what happens if they want to stay in the fourth. Knight of Pentacles as well, right? Yes, there are some strong positive moves forward able to manifest, right? Knight of Cups, emotionally hot stuff, okay? Emotionally, you're okay. That's your Death card transitioning into Knight of Cups. That's where you're going. That's what you're doing, right? And the Knight of Pentacles. So now you're starting to see how you can really start to manifest. There we go. Knight of Pentacles, the Batman card, and Knight of Pentacles, right? So here he comes. This is your Batman. This is you as Batman. That's your Batman card, right? And then we got King of Swords. Right, we've had the Queen of Swords, now we've got, you're very serious, right? You're getting really serious with all of this. No nonsense anymore. You're just not interested in the nonsense. No argy-bargy. No, you're not having it. The King of Swords says, now come on. I'm not smiling here. Tell me the truth. Make it quick. I haven't got time. I've got better things to do. Let's get it sorted. I'll make a quick decision. I'm snappy and it's done. That's you, right? That's you. Nine of Pentacles. I've got what it takes to make this happen. I'm going to just get it done, right? Not interested in all the silly delusions and stuff. Page of Swords. That's your message to the world, right? That's what you're saying. Yep. Wow. King of Swords sending a Page of Swords. This is it, world. This is how I'm going. This is it in personal relationships. This is how I'm going. Ooh, and they gave me 1. Isn't that neat? I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Ready? Are you ready? The world, right? The world. You know, and you got the King of Swords issued a page to do his bidding. You know why? Because he doesn't have to put an awful lot of energy into it to get the message across. It's clear and succinct. The energy that's coming into our planet backs you up and magnifies and amplifies the simple, clean, clear message that the Page of Swords is delivering to your universe, to your matrix, to your family, to your loved ones, your lover, your friend, your daughter, your son, your mother, your father, your aunt, anybody, everybody, and the government out there who's trying to protect. They have more power than you. Excuse me. There goes my throat. No, they don't. No, the world is yours, right? The world is complete. Infinity above and infinity below. As above, so below, as within, as without. Infinity in and infinity out. Got it? Infinity. And the infinity sign is never ending. In and out and in and out. And in and out. In and out. That's the infinity sign. That looks silly, didn't it? But do you get what I'm looking? If you were to meditate on the infinity sign and know that you're in the middle, right? That will be mind-breaking, paradigm-breaking meditation on deep connection to your higher densities. Just got that. How interesting is that, hey? Yeah, the world. Well, I think that's it. I think that's great. Now, this will relate to you in your own personal life. We're 55 and counting minutes. So that's a pretty darn good reading, guys. It's like epic story talking about your worries, your fears, your stance, your position, where you're going forward, and the totally empowered state of you, because you are upgrading, because the sun's energy full of sunlight, which is communication frequencies and instructions on all things. That's what frequencies are. And I remind you to understand that your television receives frequencies through the air, and it puts together entire TV shows from those frequencies. So when the sun, that's pretty basic stuff, isn't it, nowadays? When the sun sends you frequencies, it's full of encoding on your DNA, enhanced upgrading, and it's coming to every single cell in your body, and inside every cell and every proton, every atom within you is the receiving antenna of those informational codes. Down to your tiniest particulate point of existence in matter, you are receiving the upgrade codes from your sun, who is, by the way, the one who decides what kind of life is on this planet, because he gets to decide the life on the planets, of all his planets, because he is sending out the instructional codes, like your glandular system. If you have, they talk about the pineal gland, the king of glands, the pinecone gland, because it sends out a master code plan of instructional frequencies, energy. It's in chemical and synaptic form down into your body, which tells the other glands what to release, when to release it, how to create and to monitor and to to keep your physical body running properly. And that's the role. That's a good example of how, an analogy of how the sun is running our solar system. So interesting, that's come through all the time. That's really wonderful reading. Wow, I hope you like it. I'm going to say this, right? I decided I really do want to become inspired to keep doing and hang on to my process of making videos, because I need to not fall into worried about the limitations of the world. I mean, at the moment, it won't stay that way. And I need to be positive and proactive. And I am most positive when I'm doing these wonderful videos for you and loving my family and my pets and everything. But I don't have a very big following at the moment, which gives me the luxury of being able to do some personal readings for some of the people who watch me, which aren't a lot of people at the moment, because the YouTube AI probably doesn't like some of the things I say, and some of the graphics I put out, it probably didn't like it. So there you go, shot myself in the foot. So we are a little boutique channel by the looks of it. So if you would like to have a personal reading, you tell me in the chat, in the comments underneath. Tell me that you would like a personal reading, because I'm not so swamped by followers, subscribers, that I'm not able to do that. So at the moment I can do that. So you want to participate? Why not? Okay, let me know if you'd like a personal reading. I will do one. All right. If you don't tell me you want a personal reading, I guess you're happy with these general ones, which will have a personal resonance for you, because primarily it'll be for the people who do find the video. Obviously not doing a reading for someone who's never going to see the video. All right. I love you very much. Thank you so much for watching. I'm very, very grateful. I'm very grateful to my friend who sends me so much positivity and support, because it means the world to me. Thank you so much. I really am grateful, and I hope that what I bring through is helpful to you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.